Just look at that reaction. I mean, she must have bit her really hard. I mean, Tony Storm is probably regretting even doing that spot. Are you ready to experience an elevation one mortals may never comprehend, perhaps never will? Hello everybody, this is Agent Eerie, and yes, that's right, I know you dream of Eerie, but too bad, so sad, go cry to your mother. Alright then, we're gonna start off the night with Zachary Clayton, and he's gonna fight Blakely. Well, guess what, Blakely? I know you're the new guy, but sorry to tell you this, but you're gonna get the old fisherman's Buster. He beat Blakely, beat him 1, 2, 3, and that's all she wrote. Next, we got Kayla Rosie, and she's with Diamond Dud or whatever, Diamond Idiot, and they face off Ashley D'Ambrose. Ashley, she's one of those people that I would have told her, you know what, maybe you don't want to go into work today, because the way you got manhandled, I'm sorry, but this Kayla Rosie, she's superhuman, alright? She gets her by her hair, and she does all these athletic things, does a 450 splash, okay, not a 450 splash, a 360 splash, and by what I mean is she jumps up and then twists around, which I'm pretty sure anybody could do, but the height, the vertical she gets just by doing that, pretty impressive. And this chick, I mean, I see a future. She just needs to dump that Diamond Dud right there, if you ask me. But whatever. Next, we got the Top Guns portraying FTR, and they're gonna fight new guys, BK Klein and Jarrett Diaz. Well, I feel bad for these new guys, because they're gonna get danced all over, and it's kind of weird. Fake FTR, as I'm gonna start calling them when they dress up. They're dressed up like Shawn Michaels. I wonder if that's a jab at Dax Harwood. I bet you, I bet you Dax got a little heated when he saw that. And yeah, this Morrissey guy, I mean, he beats up Klein afterwards, and he choke slams him. And in this picture, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Kevin Nash. I forgot what line he says. It's so cheesy that, you know, it was that traumatic that I forgot about it. I suppress my memories when the cheese is that hard, alright? I'm lactose intolerant, alright? And next we got Peter Avalon, looking here like Ryan the Leader. He faces the Ethan Carter. Yeah. I guess they had a rivalry in the indies, alright? In different institutions, and I mean, the way these guys fought, they fought like, yeah, something was going on between them. They have good chemistry. It went on for a bit, and I'm glad. Like, some of these matches, I just tell myself, wow, can this please finish? Like, I know you're gonna squash this guy, but this one, actually, I was entertained. I mean, some other matches, they just look like pure squash matches, but this one, there's some more to it, and it was because of that rivalry. And well, Ryan the Leader, I mean, Peter Avalon, he's going to fight Ethan Klein just by judging by this image. Like, you can't put that away. Maybe for a while, but it's gonna surface again, and it was exciting to see it. The Blondes, they appear, you know, pretty edgy, pretty gothic. I mean, it's almost like they're rip off of the rude, but I mean, who am I to say anything? And they fight QT Marshall and Cole Carter, and they start off a little technical work, a little bit of acrobats. Brian Pillman Jr., he does that roll-up / overhead belly-to-belly that you've seen in other matches. It's pretty entertaining. And QT Marshall, just like always, has to do that pin where he grabs your trunks and just... Is this a schoolboy Woody? Anna JS. She faces Cio Neves, and I feel bad for Cio because and Anna JS has been brainwashed by the insane bleach Chuggalo, and I mean, she can't control herself. I mean, in this scene, she's saying, "Are you alright? Are you alright?" Go back to that cult with her leader, Bleach Chuggalo. It's sad. I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemies. Talking about people and cults, or at least Kip Sabian looks like he's part of a cult with that box head of his. He's gonna face some dude who looks like the rip-off Ric Flair number 15, Marcus Cross. He does some karate stance, tries to be the karate boy, tries to charge Kip Sabian. He like kicks him in the legs and he trips. He then ends the match with a reverse Death Valley driver and pins him in an awkward position. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Boxhead himself. He blabbers some incoherently, just like always. Next, we got Diamante, and she's facing a pretty riled up Athena, because if it's a dark match, there has to be someone who's riled up more than one person. And Athena, she came in, she's trying to get paid for the position she is in, the role she's playing. She does what I call the fall of Athena, because no one's calling it. Excalibur, Ian Riccaboni, Taz, Paul White, they haven't really given this a name. So maybe in the indies there is, and they don't want to get copyright claimed or sued because it's a trademark move in the indies. But I'm just gonna call this the fall of Athena. And those knees, they look brutal. She pins Diamante 1, 2, 3, and after the win, she just has to attack her. Does that sidekick to a vulnerable Diamante, pretty aggressive like always. Next, we got Powerhouse Hob over here kneeling, basically adoring himself, and he's gonna fight Rico Gonzalez. This Rico guy, I feel bad for him. He beats him in 3 moves. It's like a clothesline, something else, and then finishes him off with that spine buster, that spine tingling spine buster. Pins him, has that facial expression. I mean, come on. This guy, he's the epitome of destruction. Next, we got Dark Order with -1 on their side. And they fight these 3 guys. And the guy in the middle looks like Lance Archer if he stopped hitting the gym for a year. Some dude named Troy Hollywood, who he does have that bleach blonde hair, so there's the only thing he could compare himself to Hogan. And then some dude named Antivalu, which the name, it sounds alright, but he has a shirt that says, "I'm not your Usei." Clearly a jab at WWE, or as Jeff Jarrett calls it, the Banana Nose Circus. Dark Order finds any way possible to do that claw taunt. It almost looks like the new guys are gonna beat Reynolds and Silver, but no, because let's face it, who's gonna beat them? And Silver does like a German suplex, and with Reynolds doing a bridge to this poor victim, beating him in the way. Get out of the ring, you jobbers. We got Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. They face AR Fox and Caleb Conley. I've seen AR Fox before, and I'm telling you, in this match, this guy, as I see it, he should be on Dynamite. By what he does, what you're gonna see next is just some physics defying move. He does something that looks like a reverse shooting star press. Alright, I think they call it the reverse senton. But it was, I was amazed. I never seen that before. This is the first time, and wow, pretty impressive. Well, then AR does the Swanton bomb, but for some reason Excalibur calls it the Senton Atomico, maybe because copyrights reasons, you know, maybe Jeff Hardy's the only one who could call it the Swanton. He beats the guy with the Fisherman Suplex. Eddie, of course, he gets riled up, puts one of these guys in a Dragon Sleeper, yeah. Kingston, he gets all riled up, throws a chair into the ground, and there's, ironically, some dude dressed up as Ash Ketchum. I think Excalibur tries to tell Taz, hey, you know, he's trying to catch them all. Little chuckle right there. And yeah, Eddie Kingston, obviously you're not under control. Next, we got Ami Sakura and Mei Suruga. And someone, please think of the children. Come on, you can't be doing that on live television. We got Hikaru Shida and Toni Storm. And the beginning, basically, Emmy and May, they end up dominating. They have to do their usual spots. And, I mean, can you blame them? Hikaru Shida, she does this amazing move where May springboards and she catches her by the waist. I thought she was going to do a Russian suplex, but she does, I think it was a brainbuster. Then we got May and Emmy doing that move. I forgot what Excalibur called it, but I remember someone else calling it the Transformer, and I'm going to call it the Transformer. There's also this spot where they're trying to Toni Storm, she does these light taps to May. May ends up not liking it and bites her. And judging by how the crowd reacts, I mean, I never seen them react like that to Kip biting the opponent, or even Moxley biting an opponent. Like, they really reacted. Toni Storm, she has to do this one odd move that just look at the image, and she's doing the bum rush to one person while someone else is in the tree of woe, but instead of being vertical, they're horizontal. And then she throws May, brings out the katana and sheathes it, beats her 1, 2, 3, and they both win. It's nice to see these two have a tag team match. I'd like to see them again. And the main event, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta, they faced off. The Wingmen's Ryan Nemeth and Cesar Bononi. Claudio, of course, has to spam those European uppercuts, or the armpit uppercuts, as I call them. He also, towards the end, he hoists up Wheeler Yuta, basically trying to say he's small. Come on. I mean, Wheeler could have just done a springboard. I don't like how they did that. They're basically calling Yuta small. I mean, that's just my perspective. But Wheeler does a tornado DDT on Benoni. I wish Benoni had more time with Claudio, but hey, Benoni, he's a subordinate. Obviously, Claudio doesn't need to fight him. And he gets Nemeth, spins him around, and I think Yuta drop kicks him when he releases him, and then does a sharpshooter, of course, finishes the match by submission, and the BCC, they get their win. Alright then, people, subscribe, comment, most likely comment. Alright then, people, you have a good one, and to all my haters, cry yourself to sleep.